where can we go? Oh, I think we can go anywhere we want, like this. We have practically free reign of the whole apartment by using this stairwell. So we're gonna try out the 3rd floor first. That was a health... No, handgun ammo, not a health drink. Relatively visually similar. From a distance. You can only really tell if you squint. I don't like that if I hold down square to run and then stop, he goes into kind of like a squat. Combat squat, looks a bit silly. God. Oh, it's disgusting, dude. I don't like it. Ugh, his movements are so, like, unnatural. It's horrible. Like, he looks like he's freaking out, you know? Like he's having some kind of fucking conniption or something. Just from being alive. Like, he's trying to, like, get it off. That's what a lot of people don't realize about Pyramid Head. He's suffering. As a monster, he's constantly suffering. Fucking idiot, James. I don't know why he did that. I know why he did it, and I probably would have done the same thing, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, dude, why? Why shoot it? You probably could have stayed hidden. Okay, what have we got in here? Well, we've got the 2 dead mannequins. So, there's a few ways to look at what happened there. One of the most popular ones is obviously calling back to the themes of sexuality in this game. And seems to be a visual metaphor for James's sexual frustration manifesting. And I don't think it's a spoiler to say that he is somewhat sexually frustrated. Obviously, he had a wife with a terminal illness, so he couldn't have had sex for like a long time. And that's where a lot of these monster designs come in. That's why a lot of them are so sexual. Yeah, go away. Did I scare them off? I've never seen that before. Did that actually... Is that what happened? Did I actually scare them off? I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, look, they're running for the hills, dude. No shit. I did not know you could do that. Oh, there's another... Oh. Yeah, he's in there, look. See him go. Oh, there's a first aid kit, I want that. Stop! Oh my god, the noises are so... disgusting. Honestly. We'll go and deal with him later. Or her? I think they're all female. A lot of the enemy characters. My theory about that, I think, is, I personally think that James felt antagonized a lot by his wife. I think she lashed out at him a lot, and there's a little bit of evidence to support that later on. But so him kind of feeling like his wife's kind of taking all of her anger and pain out on him, he kind of rationalizes it in his head by making his wife out to be some kind of antagonist in his brain. And that she's like some kind of deeply negative figure in his memory. Like, he's blocked all of this out. Like in the opening cutscene, he's very fond of Mary. But you know, it's. I think it's understandable from both sides. You know, if you were dying of something terrible, you'd. Oh no, that was really silly. I whiffed it, dude. If you were dying of something really awful, you would obviously you wouldn't be able to stay completely composed all the time, and you might take it out on people who care about you and people who you care about, and obviously, if you're the recipient of that kind of abuse, it's hard to justify it, you know. And really, you shouldn't justify it for the other person. If someone's treating you badly, they're treating you badly. There's no kind of other way around it, you know. Sometimes that's just how it is, and it's not really healthy to just say like, oh, they're probably going through stuff. I should just tough it out. So it's understandable from both sides. Like, it's understandable that Mary would lash out at James, and it's understandable that James would feel antagonized by and want to antagonize Mary as a result of the abuse that she's giving him. So it's an interesting, very human aspect where both sides are very kind of tormented, and you can't really particularly blame either party for their feelings. Canned juice. Oh, I remember what that's for. Okay. I for a minute I was like, canned juice. Like, what the fuck? But I remember now. It's for a puzzle. It's funny how mundane Silent Hill is compared to Resident Evil. Resident Evil, a lot of the like puzzle items are like security disc and like key card and all this cool science stuff. And Silent Hill is like can opener, like very ornery pedestrian stuff. Okay, so this takes him back to floor 2, right? Yeah. Alright. I really should try those doors at some point, shouldn't I? Just getting a bit lazy right now. Let's just quickly see what floor... Oh, no, never mind. Let's not, actually. How about we don't? I didn't really feel like checking it out anyway. Like... Whatever, dude. I hate how wet these look. Oh, shit. Okay, wait. Keep forgetting that you can be quite far away. I keep forgetting to... As soon as you get them on the floor, you're pretty safe to just... step on them. Okay. Oh, hello. I see you, I see you. Two... Oh, sometimes the second one does it, okay. Oh, bullet. Bullet's good. Oh, I forgot about this one. Scary. I always thought James looks a bit like, David Bowie. Like young David Bowie, just a bit. No, not young David Bowie. Like, 90s, like, Hours. If you know that, if you're a big David Bowie fan and you know the album Hours. Not a lot of people do, because it's not one of his, it's not one of his most timeless albums. It's one of the more kind of, gimmicky, kind of fad of its time ones, but, it's a good album. I like it. A lot of good songs. But it looks like that era of Bowie. Kind of, like, he's showing his age a little bit, and, but he still looks pretty young and very good looking. He like aged really well. Like even close to the end of his life, he looks really good. He's a very, very handsome man. Exceedingly jealous of Bowie's looks. I always am. I've got a huge Bowie poster right next to me of his Heroes album. He's always looking at me. I'm like, man, I'd kill to just be just a little bit as good looking as David Bowie. Yeah, can juice. So we're gonna stick it in the chute, and it sent that trash bag all the way down to the ground floor, so we can see what was in there. Oh, I thought it was an item for a minute. My bad. Sure, gonna. Oh man, it's been a minute since we've been outside, huh? The garbage bag is torn and the contents are strewn all over. Coin, old man. What's this? Some gossip magazine, eh? The police announced today that Walter Sullivan, who was arrested on the 18th of this month for the brutal murder of Billy Locane and his sister Miriam, committed suicide in his jail cell early on the morning of the 22nd. According to the police statement, Sullivan used a soap spoon to stab himself in the neck, severing his carotid artery. By the time the guard discovered him, Sullivan was dead from blood loss. The spoon buried 2 inches in his neck. Jesus fucking Christ. An old schoolmate of Walter Sullivan's from his hometown of Pleasant River said, "He didn't look like the type of guy who would kill kids." But I do remember that just before they arrested him, he was blurting out all sorts of strange stuff like, "He's trying to kill me, he's trying to punish me. The monster, the red devil. Forgive me, I did it, but it wasn't me." The schoolmate then added, "I guess now that I think of it, he was kinda crazy." Oh, that's great. Sorry, I love that line, it's so great. I love it. Oh boy. Alright, too much fun. We're having too much fun. Where are we going? I guess we can try the door now. We got a key somewhere around here, didn't we? By the way, don't call me out for being lazy. I know there's a save point right there. I'm sorry. Like Pobody's no effect, alright? I know. So this is the courtyard? Looks a little bit like a zone from Nightmare Creatures. If you've ever played that game. That was a bit of a OG reference. That's to separate the fake PS1 fans from the real one. Sorry, that's a bit elitist, I shouldn't say that. Nightmare Creatures is a good game though. You should play it. It's a good Halloween game. I don't know, like a funky pool party down there. Not really interested in getting involved right now. Let's see where else I can go first. I like these like kind of panning camera shots. They remind me a lot of Silent Hill 1. Alright. Oh, okay, so they can reach me through there. I can't tell if that's damage or not, do you know what I mean? It's probably fine, I'm probably alright. What? No, baby stroller. And I believe there is, yep, snake. Da, 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 da. Snake. In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. Oh my god, I ship it. I ship James and Solid Snake. Match made in heaven. We both hate women. I'm sorry, that's not fair on James. I'm sorry, dude. Oh. Alright. Looks like I have to fight. I have no choice. Forgive me. Hey. Where are you going? And then squish him. Squish him up. Oh, no, okay, alright. They really want me to have this camera angle when I fight him. I was trying to like get a forward-facing one, 'cause it's kind of easier to see where the enemy's at, and my depth perception works a bit better when it's the other way. I've got pretty crappy depth perception, actually. I think it's because one of my eyes is a bit lazy. God, I'm just really dragging myself out. This LP so far, aren't I? I'm ugly, I got a lazy eye. I promise I'm not this insecure usually. Well, no, that's not true. I am a bit actually. I'm pretty insecure, but not that much, right? Right? Oh, dude. Jeez, it sounds too real. Like, this clip, you can isolate it and listen to it, and it just... It genuinely sounds like someone puking. So this is interesting. Okay, we're about to meet someone. This scene here kind of plays a part. Jesus Christ, dude.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Do what?
I didn't do anything. I swear. He was like this when I got here.
My name's James. James Sunderland.
Eddie.
Eddie. Who's that dead guy in the kitchen?
I didn't do it. I swear I didn't kill anybody.
You're not friends with that red pyramid thing.
Red pyramid thing? I don't know what you're talking about. Honest. But I did see some weird looking monsters. They scared the hell out of me, so I ran in here.
Well, I guess this place isn't too safe either. What happened here anyway?
I told you, I don't know. I'm not even from this town. I just...
You too, huh? Something just brought you here, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, whatever it is, I think you better get out of here soon.
Yeah, you're right. What about you?
I'll leave as soon as I'm done here. Eddie, be careful.
James, you be careful too.
So as you can see, our new friend, Eddie, pretty torn up about something that isn't those monsters. I believe it's got something to do with this. See, James asked about the dead body in the kitchen, and Eddie dodged it pretty aggressively and didn't really answer his question. So, if he's not throwing up because of the monsters, then he's throwing up because of something else that happened pretty recently, right? And the only other thing in that room, dead body mashed into a fridge. So there's a certain way you could take it and interpret what happens. They aren't the legs of a monster. If you compare it to the lying figures and the mannequin monsters, they don't have the same legs or feet. They're human legs and feet, which is very interesting, because you'd think that he would mention if he ran into another person who he had to kill, right? But he didn't. He dodged the question and avoided talking about it.